What if everything you've ever wanted, success, happiness, control, was just 90 days away? And what if I told you it wouldn't require a life overhaul, but just 4 tiny shifts? Here's the catch. While most people are stuck chasing shortcuts and burning out, you're about to unlock a system that works because it's simple. Brace yourself. Research shows that small, consistent changes aren't just effective, they're 10 times more likely to stick than grand gestures. Imagine this. 90 days from now, you could be that person waking up with energy, dominating your goals, and living with unshakable focus. Sound crazy? It's not. Welcome to MindFlex Audiobooks. Today, in our Winter Art Challenge, we're diving into 4 powerful science-backed changes that will shatter your limits and reshape your life. These aren't just tips, they're the foundation of a new you. Stick with me, because what you're about to learn will shift your perspective, ignite your motivation, and give you a blueprint to thrive. So, change 1. Master the morning, master your life. The first 60 minutes of your day determine the trajectory of your entire life. Yes, it's that serious. Research shows that people with structured morning routines are 30% more productive and significantly happier than those who start their day in chaos. Let me tell you something most people don't realize. The way you spend the first hour of your morning sets the stage for the entire day. Research shows that having a structured morning routine can make you significantly more productive and happier. But I'm not here to throw stats at you. I want to tell you about someone like you, someone who decided to take control of their mornings and saw their life change dramatically. Meet Sarah. A few months ago, Sarah's mornings were the definition of chaos. She had 3 alarms on her phone, snoozed them all at least twice, and often rolled out of bed feeling groggy and rushed. By the time she grabbed her coffee and hurried out the door, she was already stressed, and it was only 8 a.m. the rest of her day? Predictable, unproductive, and draining. One day, Sarah decided she was tired of living on autopilot. She committed to carving out just 15 minutes for herself each morning. The first thing she did? She stretched. No fancy yoga poses, just simple movements to wake up her body. Then she opened a small journal where she wrote 3 things she was grateful for. Finally, she jotted down 3 tasks she wanted to accomplish by the end of the day. These weren't life-changing goals, just realistic priorities she could tackle. Here's what happened next. Within a week, Sarah felt calmer. Within a month, her productivity doubled and her colleagues started noticing her energy and focus. And 6 months later, Sarah's entire approach to life had shifted, all because she decided to master her mornings. Now let's break this down for you. Imagine this. Tomorrow morning, instead of hitting snooze, you sit up, take a deep breath, and roll your shoulders back. You stand up, stretch, and feel your muscles waking up. You grab your journal and write, "I'm grateful for the chance to start fresh today." Then you map out your top 3 tasks. Maybe it's finishing a project, calling someone you've been meaning to reconnect with, or simply going for a walk. These small, intentional actions create momentum. They give you control. Suddenly, your mornings aren't a blur. They're the foundation of your success. And here's the best part. You don't have to be a morning person to make this work. Even if you're not ready to wake up an hour earlier, starting with just 10 or 15 minutes can make a massive difference. What matters is consistency, not perfection. Let me leave you with this thought. Every successful person you admire has their own version of a morning ritual. The only question is, when will you create yours? Change 2. Upgrade your inner circle. Let me ask you something. Who's in your corner? Who do you spend the most time with? And how do they influence your habits, mindset, and ambitions? Studies reveal that your closest relationships can account for 95% of your success or failure in life. Think about that for a second. Your friendships and connections don't just affect your day-to-day life, they shape your entire future. Let me tell you a story about Jake. Jake was an ambitious guy, always talking about starting his own business. But he had one big problem: the people he surrounded himself with. His weekends were spent binge-watching TV shows with friends who had no goals beyond Friday night parties. Every time Jake brought up his dream of launching a side hustle, he was met with laughter or dismissive comments like, "Yeah, good luck with that." Slowly, Jake's motivation started fading, and his big dreams remained just that, dreams. Then one day, Jake had a wake-up call. He was scrolling through social media and came across a post about a local entrepreneur meetup. Nervous but determined, Jake decided to attend. Walking into that room was intimidating at first. He didn't know anyone, and everyone seemed way more accomplished than him. But as the evening progressed, Jake found himself engaged in conversations with people who were passionate about their goals. They didn't laugh at his ideas. They encouraged him, offering advice and even sharing their own struggles. Before long, Jake started spending his weekends differently. Instead of zoning out in front of a screen, he was brainstorming business strategies with his new friends. Within months, Jake launched his side hustle, a digital marketing service, and landed his first client. What changed? Not his talent or ideas, but the people he allowed into his life. His new circle didn't just inspire him, they held him accountable and pushed him to level up. Now let's talk about you. Who are the Jakes in your life, the people who encourage your growth, challenge your thinking, and celebrate your wins? And who are the ones holding you back, filling your days with negativity or distractions? It's time to take an honest look at your inner circle. Here's how you can start. First, grab a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. In the first column, list the people who inspire you, support your dreams, and make you feel like the best version of yourself. In the second column, write down those who drain your energy, discourage your ambitions, or make you doubt yourself. This isn't about blaming anyone, it's about clarity. Next, seek out communities that align with your goals. Maybe it's a local book club if you want to improve your knowledge, a fitness class to meet health-conscious people, or an online group of entrepreneurs if you're building a business. Surrounding yourself with people who share your values and aspirations will naturally elevate your mindset and habits. But what if you're stuck in a negative environment you can't escape? Maybe it's a toxic coworker, a critical family member, or an unsupportive roommate. Here's a trick. Focus on what you can control. Limit your exposure to these influences by setting boundaries. Redirect your energy toward activities and relationships that fuel your growth. For instance, instead of engaging in arguments or negativity, spend that time learning a new skill, reading, or reaching out to someone who inspires you. Remember, you don't need to cut everyone out of your life to upgrade your circle. Sometimes, it's about shifting your energy and attention toward the relationships that matter most. So, who's in your corner? And more importantly, who should be? Stick around because I'll share a mental shift you can use to protect yourself from negativity, no matter your circumstances. Stay tuned. Change 3. Build the 1% habit. Let me blow your mind with a simple idea. Small steps create big waves. The magic of transformation doesn't lie in giant leaps, but in tiny, consistent improvements. Imagine improving yourself by just 1% every single day. At first, it might seem insignificant, but by the end of 90 days, you'd be nearly 100% better in that area of your life. Think about it. Just 1% daily can compound into life-changing results. Let me introduce you to Emma. She wanted to get fit, but the thought of stepping into a gym overwhelmed her. The machines, the grunts of people lifting heavy weights, and the pressure to commit to hour-long workouts. It was all too much. So Emma decided to start small. Instead of forcing herself into an intimidating workout routine, she committed to walking for just 10 minutes a day. It seemed so simple that she thought, why not? At first, those 10 minutes felt like a win. Over time, Emma noticed something remarkable. Her walks became a daily ritual, something she actually looked forward to. As her confidence grew, so did her efforts. She started adding an extra minute here and there, and before she knew it, she was jogging 5Ks on weekends. What changed? Not her determination, she always had that, but her strategy. By focusing on small, manageable steps, Emma built a habit that stuck. Now let's talk about how you can do the same. What's one area of your life where you want to see improvement? Is it your health, your finances, or maybe your personal growth? The key is to start small. So small that it feels almost too easy. Here are some ideas to get you started. 1. For health, commit to a 10-minute walk each day or swap one unhealthy snack for a healthier option. 2. For finances. Save just $1 daily or skip that extra coffee to build a savings habit. 3. For For personal growth, read one page of a book, listen to a 5-minute podcast, or jot down a single thought in a journal. Each of these small steps might seem trivial at first, but over time, they add up to monumental change. Celebrate every small win. It's the fuel that keeps you going. And don't forget to track your progress. Whether it's through a journal, an app, or a simple calendar, seeing your consistency will motivate you to keep going. Here's the best part. This process doesn't overwhelm you. You're not asking for perfection or massive commitment. You're simply showing up daily and letting the power of consistency do the rest. But let's be real. Life isn't always smooth sailing. Distractions happen, motivation wanes, and sometimes it's hard to stay on track. What do you do then? Don't worry. In just a minute, I'll share a proven system to help you stay consistent, no matter what life throws your way. Change #4. Declutter your mind and space. Let's start with a shocking truth. Clutter, whether physical or mental, can slash your productivity by a whopping 40%. Think about it. It's like running a race with a backpack full of bricks. The weight slows you down, drains your energy, and keeps you from reaching the finish line efficiently. Now meet Alex. He's a talented graphic designer, but his cluttered desk and chaotic to-do lists were killing his creativity. Every morning, he'd sit down to work, only to feel overwhelmed by the mess around him. Deadlines loomed, ideas felt blocked, and he couldn't seem to focus. One day, Alex decided to make a small change. He began dedicating just 10 minutes each evening to organizing his workspace and jotting down his thoughts in a journal. The results were nothing short of transformative. Within weeks, Alex noticed a shift. His mind felt clearer, his focus sharper, and his creativity unstoppable. Projects that used to take hours were now flowing effortlessly. Even his boss commented on the noticeable improvement in his work quality. What changed for Alex wasn't his talent, it was his environment and mindset. Now it's your turn to declutter and experience the same freedom and focus. Here's how you can start. 1. Physical declutter. Begin small. Choose one drawer, one shelf, or even just your desk. Dedicate 5-10 minutes daily to tidying up. You'll be amazed at how even minor changes can spark a sense of accomplishment and motivation to tackle bigger tasks. 2. Mental declutter. Free your mind from unnecessary stress by writing down your worries, thoughts, or to-do lists each night. This practice not only clears mental space but also helps you prioritize what truly matters. 3. Create distraction-free zones. Identify areas in your home or workspace where you can focus without interruptions. Remove unnecessary gadgets, organize essentials, and make these spaces inviting and functional. These small, consistent actions will help you build momentum and create a harmonious environment that supports your goals. By decluttering both your physical and mental space, you're not just making room for productivity, you're making room for growth, creativity, and peace of mind. But let's be honest, getting started can feel overwhelming. Where do you begin when it all seems like too much? Don't worry. In just a moment, I'll share a simple prioritization hack that will make the decluttering process not only painless, but also incredibly rewarding. Stay tuned. Now let's connect the dots. Imagine this. Now picture this. You wake up every morning with purpose, clarity, and energy. You're surrounded by people who lift you higher, taking small, consistent steps that fuel unstoppable progress. Your mind is clear, your environment organized, and your goals no longer feel like distant dreams. They're within reach. These 4 changes, mastering your mornings, upgrading your circle, committing to 1% daily growth, and decluttering your space, aren't just separate strategies. Together, they form a powerful system that works seamlessly to transform your mindset, habits, and results. The beauty of this approach? It's not about perfection, it's about momentum. Each change builds on the others, creating a compounding effect that propels you forward. In just 90 days, you won't recognize the person you've become, but you'll love who you see. The next 90 days are going to pass whether you take action or not. The only question is, will you be the same person you are today, or will you be closer to the version of yourself you've always wanted to become? Transformation doesn't require perfection. It requires action. Start small, stay consistent, and give yourself permission to grow. 90 days from now, your future self will thank you for starting today.